Good afternoon, gentlemen. While I still have a little bit of dry in this break in the weather, I thought I'd come out here and try a Cuban Delights premium cigar. This is this is claims to be exported from Cuba, so we'll give this a shot and see what it's like. This was in a Dominican batch of cigars that I got a taster test, so we'll try this. There we are, Cuban Delights. So we'll light up here. All right. So we got a few little blemishes on the actual leaves themselves there. You can see, but we'll give this a shot and see what it is, and hopefully the rain will not cut this smoke short. Well, I can tell you right off, this is not on the lower end of the mild spectrum. Obviously not a real strong, but I would be definitely putting this in the medium category from the mild category. Well, I'll start off by telling you, this is not going to, at least at the beginning, we're this far into it, this is not a great smoke. It's not horrible, but it certainly isn't great. Um, uh, it's well below the standard of, I think when I think mild cigar, I think of like but still a good tasting cigar. I think of like a Romeo and Juliet. First of all, this is, like I said, this is more of a medium um, as far as the tobacco seems to go, but then just the overall taste is not um, anything to speak of at all. I'm not putting it out already because it's not that bad, but there's just nothing to it. It leaves, there's absolutely nothing on the draw, and it leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. It does go away very quickly. In fact, very quickly. But the back end is just a bitterness. You can see the breakdown of the roll very quickly here. It's got a very weird, funky roll to it that is not as clean as you would want or expect. really don't have that much good to say about this. I don't have a lot of bad except that bitterness, but there's just not much there. It's not burning very white, as you can see. We'll see if that clears up in a little bit. As the thunder starts to roll in. It's too bad that I live in a rented house. Or I'd do this in my man cave. Alright, there's what the ash is starting to look like, which is just blotchy, about as blotchy as the actual leaves themselves. I keep a good roll on it. There's not much of a wind out here, and you can see how it's not even drawing very evenly, and so you're getting a very uneven burn there. Well, if this is Cuban Delights, it's this is when they're drunk or something and they don't care about what their cigars taste like. Now, I said that it was on the mild. It was more on the medium flavor than on the mild flavor, and that's just the bitterness talking. It's not. I mean, as you can see, I'm sucking this down pretty quickly, and I have. It's not an overly strong tobacco. It's just. I don't consider this mild just because of how bitter it is, but maybe a better way to put this would be it's just a poorly tasting cigar regardless of the strength of the tobacco itself. So if there was a time, yeah, see the ash is already starting to fall apart here, so I'm going to break that off. If there was ever a time that you wanted to light up a very cheap cigar, not caring about the smell or the taste, here's your cigar. There's not much else to say about this. Have you tried a Cuban Delight, and did you find it delightful? I'd love to hear from you. This is just a surprisingly bland cigar with a bitterness at the end. that I find to be, well, rather tiring already. Regardless of whether or not this was a wonderful cigar, the rain has decided to break over me, and so I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter than I do most of my videos. And this export from Cuba was probably more like they kicked it out. So this is the Cuban Delight cigar review, and I can't find much good to say about it. Not a lot to say bad about it, except that bitterness. Please like, comment, subscribe, and you'll get more reviews of cigars in the future. Until next time, carry on, gentlemen.